Hola Spain lovers, and welcome to La Manga del Mar Menor, a place with two coastlines, endless sunshine, calm warm waters, and some of the most affordable seaside stays in the country. And in this video, I'll show you why this unique destination might be Spain's most underrated beach escape. Let's go. So what is La Manga del Mar Menor and what makes it unique here in Spain? Well, the answer to that question is that long, narrow strip of land that we can see in the background there. On one side, you've got the Mediterranean Sea, and on the other side, you've got what's known as the Mar Menor, which is Europe's largest saltwater lagoon. It's calm, it's shallow, and it's warm. But on the other side, as I mentioned, the Mediterranean, it's a bit rougher. So let's go for a walk around La Manga and see if we can find out what makes it unique and special. Now, this part of Spain is located in the southeast of the country in the autonomous community known as the Murcia region. And as you can imagine, the weather here is absolutely fantastic. Today, the 13th of May, 2025, it's around 22, 23 degrees Celsius, a little bit overcast, light breeze blowing, but in my opinion, fantastic weather. And it's a combination of the weather, the sea, and the lifestyle here that brings Spaniards to this part of Spain in their droves in the summer months. But at this time of the year, you can virtually have the place to yourself. There's more than 40 kilometers of beaches here apparently, so you'll always be able to find a quiet spot. If you like wind and waves, you head over to the Mediterranean part of the Mar Menor, and if you don't, you've got this part here. And this is for people that prefer still, shallow water that's great for kids. And if you love water sports, this place is perfect. Windsurfing, kayaking, paddleboarding, and of course, sailing. And for nature and hiking lovers, there are plenty of places surrounding La Manga del Mar Menor. And if you want history and culture, the city of Cartagena is just down the highway and it's packed full of Roman ruins. And let's not forget cyclists. Because this area is incredibly flat, it's a paradise for people that like to get around on two wheels. And let's not forget food. No trip to Spain would be complete without sampling some of the fantastic cuisine that this country has. And this particular part of Spain, the Murcia region, La Manga del Mar Menor, also has fantastic food, especially seafood, fish that comes straight out of the Mediterranean Sea. And who doesn't enjoy outdoor dining and trying the fantastic local fare with the perfect weather that we have here? And another thing I have to mention is that here in the region of Murcia, it's also a wine producing area, so you can combine local wines, great tasting wines, with the local produce, as I said, that comes straight out of the Mediterranean Sea. Now, I really wanted to try the local specialty here, which is called El Caldero, which is like a pot, a rice and seafood mix, traditional in this part of Murcia, but unfortunately they don't seem to do individual serves, only for two people, so I've missed out. Now, another aspect of the food culture in this part of Spain is the Changenitos. Changenitos you'll find all along the coast here in Spain, especially in the southern parts of the country. If you don't know what a Changenito is, it's a beach bar, and they're fantastic places to go to on a hot day, sit down, have a cold beer, and prices are also reasonable too. They're a great way to try the local cuisine, mix with the locals in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Check them out when you're here. Now, what about accommodation in this part of the world, La Manga del Mar Menor? Well, before I talk about accommodation here, I want to give a shout out to the people that have made my trip to La Manga possible, the fantastic people at jumptospain.com. If you're not familiar with Jump to Spain, it is a website where you'll find the best holidays and hotel deals here in Spain. They offer holidays and hotel deals to cater to every budget. You've got high-end offers, you've got affordable offers, and prices to suit everyone. For example, the hotel that I'm staying at here in La Manga was booked through jumptospain.com. And I'm going to be honest, it is a pretty darn good hotel. In fact, I don't think I've seen as many swimming pools in the one hotel complex as I've seen at this hotel. So what are you waiting for? Check out jumptospain.com and get yourself a fantastic deal when it comes to holidays and hotels here in Spain. Now back to the video. And another thing I'll mention about accommodation in this part of Spain is that it seems to be really affordable also. A lot of the other popular places in Spain, like the Balearic Islands or the Costa del Sol, are overcrowded and, in my opinion, a lot of the times overpriced. But here you can still find value for money accommodation very, very close to the sea. And as I mentioned before, check out jumptospain.com for accommodation specials. And La Manga also has a well-developed tourist infrastructure with plenty of amenities for tourists. But despite the well-developed infrastructure here, I would say that this is still one of those hidden gems waiting to be discovered here in Spain. Now, it's really hard to fathom just how close the Mediterranean seaside is to the lagoon side. And I'm going to turn the camera around, and there we have the lagoon. And the Mediterranean Sea is literally 100 meters away. You cross the main road, walk through a housing estate, and you're here. And to be honest, I don't know which side I prefer, the more open sea or the calmer waters of the lagoon. Make up your mind. And you can really get an idea of the nature that surrounds this part of Spain. Look at those mountain ranges over there, or the hills, nice and green, and that's where you can go and practice some of those mountain sports, like hiking, for example. So now to the question of who is La Manga del Mar Menor for? Well, if you're a family looking for safe beaches, if you're a couple looking for peace and sunsets, or a solo traveler like me seeking somewhere chilled and affordable, I reckon that this place here ticks all the boxes. It's also ideal for longer holidays as well, and many Spanish retirees spend weeks, if not months, in this part of the world because, let's face it, they can. They come here to enjoy the sun and the slower pace of life. So if you fall into one of those categories that I just mentioned, this could be the place for you. So when is the best time to visit this part of Spain, La Manga del Mar Menor? Well, I would say any time of the year except for the extreme winter months, those being December, January, February. March could be a good month, April would be a good month, May a fantastic month, then June, July, August, September, all the way through to October, I would say. However, remember that the peak summer months of late July and the whole month of August can be very, very busy here. So try to plan a holiday for the off-peak season. When it comes to getting around here, I think that a car is the best option. If you can hire a car, I reckon that would be the way to go. You can also get around here fairly easily on a bike, if that is your type of thing. There is public transport, of course, but I don't know how reliable the public transport is. When it comes to self-catering, don't worry about that. There are plenty of stores about the place, plenty of supermarkets about the place, and the prices here aren't all that expensive. And when it comes to water conditions, as I mentioned, on this side of the Mar Menor, the water is very, very warm. A little bit muddy, I would say. There is a smell of mud in the air as well, and the other side apparently can be prone to seaweed. But I don't think that is all year round, and I have seen people taking a swim on both sides of the Manga since I have been here. Now, what about getting to this part of Spain? Well, you're in luck. There are various airports close by. There's an airport in Alicante. There's an airport even in Murcia. There's a train system that could get you to the capital city quite easily from the capital city, Madrid. And there are plenty of options to get here by car. Plenty of decent highways will bring you to this part of the world in a vehicle. And don't forget the famous mud baths that you can find in this part of the world, but to be honest, not for me. And it's from this location that I'm going to start to wrap this video up. La Manga del Mar Menor might not be on your radar yet, but that's exactly what makes it so special. As we've seen, it offers 2 seas, tons of sunshine, authentic Spanish charm, and some of the best value beach holidays in Spain. So if you're planning a Spanish holiday that's a little bit different and a lot more relaxed, this might just be the place for you. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you have been to this part of Spain, let me know your opinion of it in the comment section below. And if you're planning a trip to this part of the world, also let me know your thoughts on it. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss a video. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego from La Manga del Mar Menor.